Hey everyone, this is Junior Stardust, and today's topic I'm going to be reviewing on the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs Duology. This is now officially my first time reviewing on anything fun on this channel, and I am not so sure if I have plans on reviewing other entertainment related stuff, but time will tell. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Starting off with the first one. So basically, the plot is about Flint dreaming to change the world after inventing so many things he created growing up. So what he did as an adult is inventing a machine that can raid all kinds of food, like cheeseburgers and spaghetti. But when something goes wrong with the machine he invented, it was up to him, Sam, Brent, Manny, and Steve to save the world and destroy the machine. I remember first watching the 2009 film in my 6th grade elective class, and oh boy, it was so underrated and funny because of the story, the chemistry of the characters, and of course the comedy. I also remember when going back to rewatch the first movie, when it was movie time on Cartoon Network in weekends as a 13-year-old. It was super funny as I remember, and it's based on the classic book that was published in the late 1970s. Featuring different characters that are not the same as what we saw in this one. I last watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 back in 2021, and it holds up well in my opinion. Overall, there's nothing else I want to say about it, but that's about it. And up next is the second one, taking place after the events of the previous film. Flint meets his childhood hero, Chester V, but as a hologram. So everyone in the island had relocated themselves to live in California, and then the next day we see the main characters on a mission to find and shut down the machine. But then all of a sudden, Chester betrayed Flint that he wanted the machine to turn the food animals into food bars. So it was up to him, his friends, and the food animals to stop Chester. My opinion on the sequel, I actually really enjoyed it to this day. I love the designs of the food animals and the soundtrack at the end, called Ladodi. Yeah, sure, there are some people who say they used to love the sequel, but then start to hate it years later, so it became an over-hated sequel, and would say things like, Despicable Me 2 is 100 times better than Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. It's a little funny that Kristen Schaal and Benjamin Pratt both appeared in those sequels that were released in 2013, 11 years ago. In Despicable Me 2, Kristen Schaal did the voice of Shannon, and in this one, Barb the Ape. Benjamin Pratt, on the other hand, did the voice of El Macho, and in this one, Manny the Cameraman. It really sucks that we didn't got a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 3, and yeah, it does. Well, technically, we actually got a third book titled Planet of the Pies, which came out 1 month before the second movie did, and the filmmakers did talk about doing a third one when it comes to themselves having a lot of ideas, but then weeks later they didn't announce doing a third one for a September 2017 release. Yeah, so it stayed as a duology, kind of like how Rio 3 and Dolphin Tale 3 were never announced and never worked on. Like after their sequels released in 2014 became huge successes, but a year later, 2014, they announced that instead of a third movie, we ended up getting a prequel Canadian animated series. I remember back when they announced that they're working on the TV show based on the same name of the first book and first movie. In my head, I was like, a TV show? Really? I just want a third movie instead. So then I decided to give it a chance years later, and guess what? It turned out to be terrible when watching the later episodes. I'm sure there were some episodes I like, which is the pilot episode, Princess Kiribin's, the episode where Flint where he refuses to take out the trash, but instead invented a robot that takes out the trash, and another episode where he meets another inventor named Hector, who happens to be the mayor's dad. As for the bad episodes, there were like so many of them I didn't like the penguin episode, Sam's imaginary best friend, like Swallow Fails, the episode where Earl was dressed up as a girl, and another episode where Sam finds out that an asteroid is going to land on the island, but turned out that it was a little meatball that was on her computer screen the whole time. Yeah, a lot of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs fans who wanted to like the show didn't like it, and say things like, and this show is Teen Titans Go and Johnny Test all over again because of the humor and lazy writing. Yeah, thank God it ended after 2 seasons, and I am one of those people who start to find popular movies unnecessary. Yeah, the ones that are getting TV shows. Yeah, yeah, not to mention that the TV show does have problems, like where we see Flint and Sam meeting each other as teenagers in high school after we saw them meet each other at the docks in the first movie. The Rapids and Barry the Strawberry not appearing in the first one before Flint became an adult. Earl still being a police officer but isn't wearing normal clothes when being a teacher, especially Mayor Shelburne also being the school principal. And in that scene from the Princess Kitty Mittens episode, if I remember that episode correctly, where Sam was painting Flint's pose, we see Flint in his white underwear, but Flint's underwear is blue because in the second movie he said to Chester that he's still wearing the same underwear as a little kid. It seemed like the scriptwriters wanted us to forget about what we saw in the movies, and it really sucks about what they did to those characters. Anyway, this is my review on the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs duology. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified whenever new videos get uploaded right away. And I will see you all in the next video.